Screen recording is for your social studies lesson for April 22nd, 2020. You're seeing the map in front of you of Duck Lake that we looked at yesterday. However, yesterday it looked like this, and today it looks like this. What differences do you see? So this was yesterday, today. So if you said that today's map shows animals on it, you are correct. Pay attention to the animals that you see in the water. And again, as we talked about yesterday, this is your map key that tells you what symbols or colors mean on the map. In this case, blue means water. So you see the animals that are here in the water. So I see a turtle, I see a duck, I see a fish, and I see a frog. So that tells me that these are the animals that live in or near water. Then I know that the green is land, right? So look at the animals that I see on land. Okay, I see a bear, I see a rabbit, I see a skunk, I see a deer, and I see a squirrel. So today, and I'm going to click into here we go, our Google Classroom Drive. So you have access to this through your Google Classroom too. If you have a printer at home, you could have someone print this for you, animals on a map that says color the land green, color the water blue, cut out the animals below and put them where they belong. But this is just an extra credit, and you can see this comes from National Geographic if you have a printer and would like to do that. If you do not, no worries, because let me go back here. We also have this that if you want to have someone print, you can, but you can also recreate this yourself. So I'm going to lead you through how to recreate this. You're going to need a blank piece of paper, okay? So go ahead and take a minute to get your blank piece of paper and something to write with. So you are going to take your blank piece of paper and you are going to fold the right side over to the left side, creating this crease in the middle. We've done this before. Think of this like a T-chart that we're making. So you're going to fold your paper in half long ways, and then you are going to draw this line going down the middle here to split your paper in half. And on one side, I want you to write land animals, and on the other side, I want you to write water animals. So take a minute to do that. Okay, if you are ready, you move on with me. If you are not, you can pause the video so that you can finish getting your paper set up exactly as you see on the screen. This is another activity that comes from National Geographic, okay? So again, if you have a printer at home and you'd like to print this, you can, but if you don't, I'm going to show you how to recreate all of the assignments so that you don't have to print them. As long as you have some paper somewhere in your house, you can do this assignment. So now I'm going to go to animals for the T-chart. Let's see if I can blow this up. There we go. Okay. So here are your animals. It looks like some of them didn't save. So like this here says text and this should say frog. So this comes from National Geographic also. But what I did, thinking that some of you may not have a printer to cut these animals out and paste them on your T-chart, I went through and annotated and labeled the animals for you. So I see the only one that didn't save is frog right here. So let's go ahead and do frog together. So if you have a printer and you would like to have someone at home print these out, you're going to go ahead, get these printed, cut on the dotted lines, and then glue them on your T-chart, depending on if they live on water or if they live on land. Okay, so you're sorting the animals based on if they live in water or on land. If you do not have a printer, then no worries. I'm going to show you what to do instead. So I'm going to use frog as an example. So look at the picture here of the frog. Well, where does a frog live? Does it live on land or does it live in or near the water? So frogs live in or near the water, right? So now, granted that they veer away from water at times and stuff, but they mostly try to stay close to water, okay? I know when we go on our summer vacation to Canada, we actually stay on a lake. There are lots of frogs on the rocks down by the lake and on the docks and things that are hopping around because they like to be close to the lake. They like to be close to that water. So the frog, I am going to sort on the water side. So what I'm going to do is, normally I would copy the text that's right here and write that down on your T-chart, but I'm going to spell it for you since I see that that didn't save in there, okay? So go to back to your T-chart. Okay, so on your T-chart that you made, on the water side, you're going to write frog. So you would spell it F, R, O, G, G, frog, Frog. So again, this is if you don't have a printer at home, you can go ahead and copy the animal names down to where they belong. So I am going to go back to the animals for you to see. Okay. And I suggest pausing the video when I tell you to pause it so that you can finish the rest of the animals, okay? So you have skunk, bear, deer, rabbit, squirrel, turtle, duck, and fish. And we have already done frog together, okay? So go ahead. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 animals total. So that means on your T-chart, you should have either 9 pictures of the animals if you've printed them, or 9 different animals listed as to where they live on land or in water. So now's the time, if you don't have a printer and you need to copy these animals down, to go ahead and pause the video, and when you're finished, please upload to the Google Classroom a picture of your work.